What's up guys, this is Shams11 and welcome to Grim Legends The Forsaken Bride, available right now on the good old Xbox One. And before we begin, a huge thank you to my old buddy Lucas from Artifex Mundi for allowing me to share this game with you. Okay, so where have you heard these names? Well, Lucas and the good people at Artifex Mundi have done a couple of other games that I previously reviewed. We've had Clockwork Tales of Glass and Ink, followed by Nightmares of the Deep, and this is the third item finding puzzle mystery game that Artifex Mundi have released on the Xbox One. They primarily release games on mobile and have a huge catalogue on Steam, which are all available right now, and they are slowly winding their way over to Xbox One, which to me is fantastic because there aren't any other companies doing this kind of thing on Xbox at the moment, and Artifex Mundi really do specialise in it. Not only are they very good at it, but you know, these are really quite polished now. And what's nice is that although they are primarily developed for mobile and PC, they feel quite at home on the Xbox One. The controls are intuitive and fairly simple, and this one really does raise the bar over the previous two. Graphics look a lot nicer. You know, while the scenery looks just as nice as the other games, we have these little animated cutscenes like that little moment you saw there, and you'll see a few kind of scattered about this review. The voice acting is a lot better. I'm not saying it's going to be winning any awards, but it is much better than previously. And what's nice with this one is we have a little friend keeping us company, and he is quite frankly ridiculously cute. Now, this cat you know, does also act as a nice game mechanic. He can reach areas where you can't. We have previously seen this in the other games with various different animals. But the cat is quite nice and is easy to use because he mews. You can hear him mewing when he's needed to be used. It's just a case of figuring out which areas he can access that we can't. Generally, it's his small size and his climbing ability you want to look out for. Other than that, we are basically just pressing A. That's pretty much it, with the odd kind of rotating things with X or B every now and then. Essentially, we have various different puzzles. We have to find items that allow us to move into the next area, whereas the previous games relied very heavily on you remembering what you'd seen and done in previous games, in previous rooms. This one feels kind of less remembering where things are and more kind of story based. I found the game to be slightly longer than normal than the previous games, but I found the puzzles quite relatively easy. I have not had to use a guide, although there are copious and quite comprehensive guides available online. I haven't had to use a guide at all. I do have the full 1000G. Achievements wise, you're looking at not many achievements and all fairly straightforward. You will need to play the game and the DLC that comes with it twice if you want all the achievements, because there's two different ways of solving most of the puzzles. When we get to the sections where we have to find all the different things it lists, we can skip them and play the dominoes game. There is an achievement for never skipping a puzzle, and there is an achievement for playing all the domino games, so you will need two playthroughs. I recommend playing it on the normal first because it's just a little bit more forgiving, and you know, it sets you up nicely. You learn the mechanics and where things are. I've got a little heed of a warning to those who are just achievement getters. I did have a small glitch happen with my final achievement for completing the game on Expert. For some reason it just didn't register it at all, and I actually had to play through a third time. Not too much of a problem because I think by then I've actually got the whole game down to about 2.5 hours of gameplay, which I'm quite proud of. It's a lot of searching and a lot of remembering where things go and where we grab stuff. But what's nice is there is a big blend of different types of puzzle. This one is simply find the 3 different buttons to hold down. We have ones where, as you've just seen, I've had to shoot sand out of sandbags using a crossbow. There are, of course, the how on earth do I reach that item, and generally it's just find the next puzzle and it will tell you. Some of them are a bit more cryptic, some of them are a bit more literal, but all of them are very nicely done. The environments are all quite varied, actually. even just in the main campaign, ignoring the DLC bit for now, we see all different types of areas, from forests to little huts to this massive great big castle. We have dungeons, we have hidden caves, all actually quite bright, and you know, always something nice to look at, and is interesting is the main bit. The DLC I can't go into and won't be showing you in this because it does follow on directly story wise from the main campaign. There is a story, it's quite a good story. Essentially we start off as a girl going back to her sister's wedding, and as you can see, she's being not only drugged, it seems, but captured by this very clever bear who is quite capable of using equipment and carrying things, but all's not as it seems. There is a love story. There is a couple of love stories actually. There is a whole family history involved, various different demonic things happening in and around the village that we have to solve, but all becomes quite apparent and quite clear, and is a nice story, an interesting story, and does develop, you know, at a fairly steady pace throughout the game. Overall, this is £7.99 right now on Xbox One. Obviously check your Xbox or xbox.com for the price in your local area, but personally I love these games. I really recommend them. Not only are they a relatively easy 1000G, they're just quite fun. You can sit down and probably blast this through in a weekend. If you're a real achievement getter, you could probably do this in a day, but you're going to have to go some pace, unless of course you want to ruin the experience and go for the guide, but I wouldn't. I'd avoid it. Enjoy it, play it through. You know, I love all of them, and do check out the other ones. I will leave the links to those reviews in the description below. As always, thank you ever so much for watching. Till next time.